Hello, you legendary friends. Welcome to yet another Zoom in a crazy yet winning new world. Can we all please unmute and give the person next to you a round of applause? Hit that unmute key, give the person next to you a round of applause, and a big welcome. Welcome. So pumped to have you winners with us, my friends. And I tell you what, long story short, I have a long story full of twists and turns, full of drama, full of sorrow, full of triumph, and even a bit of romance. But you know what? The reason why we're here is that we've actually had a few face-to-face events that have been stuck together in the Zoom. So there's all these different subplots going on. So probably a bit like a film that tries to put in too many characters. I'm going to do my best to bring it all together. So great having you with us. Now, firstly, this is a combination of the Queenslander meetup and also a dedication to Tim Beanland in Sydney. So first things first, I think we should, we definitely got to give Tim Beanland a round of applause. Can we all give the legendary Tim Beanland a round of applause? And Tim, can you unmute for a second and just tell us how crazy the situation is that we're all in?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's also exciting. The ability to innovate and what we're doing right now. We were going to do this up in Sydney. I've rescheduled the same flight 4 times.
I know.
But, it's going cool. It's cool that we've been able to mesh this together and have more people than we would have probably had it in person, maybe. So
I know, and I've got to say, Tim, don't you love Queenslanders? Aren't Queenslanders such incredible people, Tim?
Oh yeah, it must be something about the sun and the weather. They're just chilled out and awesome people. It's cool.
Now, Tim, tell us very quickly about what you do before we start getting stuck into these wonderful Queenslanders who created the cartoon Bluey that my kids watch all the time.
Yeah, so I help my clients produce 1 to 3 months worth of video content in 45 minutes of their time. How I do that is I meet with them weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. We film content either virtually or in person. I go away, make it look good with branding, subtitles, and professional sounding audio, all done with a marketing spin to it, because that's my formal training and my background. So it's like, we're going to make these videos, but why are we going to do it? Particularly working with keynote speakers, authors, and business owners that want to get their voice out there and improve their influence. That it's been particularly working with, and got some amazing people on the call that I'm working with too, and it's good fun.
And just before you go, Tim, very quickly, what are your tips for everyone to get the most out of the Zoom experience?
Yeah, I think a trusty one from Stephen Thomas, who's the author of Business Networking for Dummies. He says have a notepad and pen with you. Anyone that says anything interesting or you want to connect with them, write their name down and do the legwork after the event. It matters more what you do after than actually in the event, and that'll put a lot of pressure off you as well. You don't need to perform here. So that would be my tip. It's not my tip, it's Stephen Thomas's one, but I'll just regurgitate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And what do you reckon we hand over to the legendary mysterious commander, Dr. Liz, Tim? In fact, don't you think Dr. Liz is incredible, Tim?
Oh, she's fantastic. Yeah. All the content she's putting out is top notch, and I enjoy chatting to her when we do that. Yeah.
I know. Well, it's time for Dr. Liz. Everyone, can we give Dr. Liz a round of applause to Tim? How are you, Dr. Liz?
Thank you both. And yes, I might have to up your salary, hey? Your pay rate. Good. Thank you so much. And what a great idea, combining the Say Hi and virtual drinks with Tim and the Queensland meetup. So really good. We, of course, love catching up in person, but I think probably quite a few of us are quite happy to do the online bit as well. And the fact that, we can catch up with our people down south and even have a few internationals on is wonderful. So I'm very excited about that, Ed. Very excited.
I know, Dr. Liz. And Dr. Liz, you've gone from strength to strength lately. You just opened a new clinic or something.
We are literally, yes, we are in the new clinic. I've got Shilpi, my very hard working senior dietitian, with me. Very exciting. I'm gonna do a little very short presentation to remind us why it's important for all of us to stay healthy. And in there you will see our health clinic. So very excited. We're starting a new innovative model of the Link Nutrition Live Better Health Clinics, which has a dietitian and also a coach in them, and we have them based in gym clinics and community centres, and the plan is to ripple across Australia and the world and help keep everyone happy and healthy.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And we're looking forward to your presentation shortly. And Dr. Liz, I was going to say as well, you're also the mysterious commander who runs Queenslander, aren't you, for Meetup?
I am, with my two commanders in Chiefs, Anya and Holly. But yes, so I've been very fortunate to head up the Brisbane Meetup. Good fun. And we love, victory officers, and we've got two funky you've seen the beautiful office at Story Bridge in Eagle Street in the money side of town, which is very nice, very sleek. We've also got funky offices in New Farm as well. So, it's great. We have some great venues in Brisbane.
And I was going to say, we're going to bounce over to the very handsome Jude from Victory Offices in a minute, because Victory Offices are just wonderful. But before we do that, Dr. Liz, can you give us all some networking tips to get the most out of the Zoom?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's just about connecting. It's about talking about what you're passionate about at the moment, what's important to you. And if you have a chance to listen, I agree. I also like to take little notes and little fun things that I can help remind me of who's doing what, and to follow up. I love LinkedIn, so I expect me to catch up with you on LinkedIn, and I welcome anyone who wants to contact and connect with me as well. So I think take notes, have fun, have a bit, treat it as a laugh. It's not that serious, and I think that's what we all do so well. It's not the formal, painful networking where you just flip out your business cards to everyone. It's really about building a community of people like and trust, and want to work with. And exactly. And you'll see, and this is one of the beautiful discussions. So many people here, business owners, professionals, consultants, and we've got this beautiful little community that you've built, Ed, where we're all working, with each other and utilizing each other's services. So that's super cool. I think one of these days I'm going to use my research skills to do a beautiful map of who's connected and who works with who, and we'll see this beautiful spider web of all our connections.
It's a bit like an AFP crime map, isn't it? So we can work out who the kingpin is.
Yes, I prefer to think of it as yes, but you can, if you want to look at it like that, with all the little hotspots.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And also too, Dr. Liz, I'm sure as well, so people can benefit from Zoom, everyone should share their LinkedIn links in the chat, shouldn't they, and promote their webinars?
Yeah, absolutely. I really encourage everyone, your main link, whether it be website, LinkedIn, and make sure at the very least by the end of today that we're all connected, because that's a way to really increase the number of powerful connections you have as well. So I'm not good at driving and talking at the same time, but I will do my best to plug all my details in as well. But yeah, I think that's a great piece of advice, is make sure that you continue plugging in and putting up your key details to connect. And wow, I can see them all flashing up, which is wonderful. Might pop mine up as well. Excellent.
Now, and isn't Holly Smith and Anya just amazing powerhouse ladies? What do you think of those two women?
Well, I'm all about mindset, menu, and movement. And between the three of us, we've got it covered. And as well as that, super caring, super genuine powerhouse ladies. So, win-win-win.
Absolutely. Now, thank you, Dr. Liz. And before we get to wonderful Holly and Anya, we're going to bounce over to Jude from Victory Offices. So can we give it up for Dr. Liz? Dr. Liz, it's a pleasure. And the very handsome Jude from Victory Offices. Did you want to unmute and say a quick hello, awesome Jude?
Hello, everyone. Hi. This is my first time here, so I'm excited to meet with everybody, get to know everyone. So it's unfortunate that I wasn't in person, because that would have been much nicer, but I'm sure we'll make do with Zoom call.
I know. Jude, I just want to say it's great having you with us. We thank you for being our national sponsors, right from coast to coast, from west to east, from south to north. And Jude, I just want to say, can you tell us a little bit about Victory Offices being our #1 sponsor that we love on many levels?
Victory Offices, we offer a 6-star service to all our members. We provide a variety of services for members, from serviced offices to virtual offices, and Also casual membership. So people have access to a whole lot of facilities from us, from meeting facilities to our Victory Lounge. So we have different packages that we use to support businesses to grow. Yeah.
Oh, but Jude, great having you with us. And Jude, can you share your LinkedIn link so we can all connect with you?
Yes, I think I just shared my LinkedIn link somewhere buried in there.
But share it. Can we have a round of applause to you, Jude? Jude, love your work. And before we bounce to Holly and Anya, Marnie just messaged me saying her phone might be about to die soon. So we'll quickly grab Marnie before the forces of chaos take her out of our call. Marnie, quickly over to you before your phone destroys us.
Hi, guys. How is everybody? How are you, Ed?
Marnie, so good to have you with us. And how is the beautiful Sunshine Coast today?
Oh, it's as beautiful as ever. I've got the ocean behind me. I'm in one of my favourite spots down at the Happy Turtle. Just been out snapping for my Google reviews, and I've taken a few too many photos, Ed, and my battery's about to run out. So.
Well, before your phone dies, can you tell us very quickly about what you do?
Well, I am the lady you come to when you want to be seen and heard above your competition so that you can be liked, known and trusted way before they are. So if you're looking to build your business and get yourself out there, then I am the one to come visit.
Oh, my God, that's incredible. And what are your tips for people to network to the max on the Zoom call, Marnie?
Look, just relax. Just be yourself. Just get out there and, just be yourself. Just, don't rush into make friends with everybody. Take your time and just enjoy yourself. That's probably number one. Once I started to actually enjoy myself at networking events rather than worrying about, all what people think and everything, life just became so much easier. So just chill.
Oh, Marnie, it's a pleasure. Thank you again for coming. And I'm just going to say thank you for helping us with our meetup in Sunshine Coast and beyond. We love you, Marnie.
Love you guys too. Love you all.
Hey, see you, Marnie. Bye.
Bye.
Love Marnie. Poor Marnie. Now we're going to bounce over to the amazing Anya and then Holly Smith. Anya, it's such a pleasure having you with us. How have you been lately, and how are all those life-changing transformations coming along that you're putting on people out there?
Hello, Ed. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Yes, everything is coming along nicely, but in lockdown, it's a bit slightly slower, but, that's the way life is, and everything went online instead of face-to-face. But I guess that's part of our life reality is that, things happen and we just need to remain flexible and do our best with what we have and with what we can at that moment. And it's about focusing on the present and focusing on what we're doing right here and right now.
Oh, just incredible. And Anya, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help people?
Sure. So I'm a mindset and communication coach. And in a nutshell, I help people solve their problems by helping them develop outside of the box thinking, emotional intelligence, and also persuasive and effective communication. So my main two pillars that I work with is mindset and communication. And the tools that I use in my practice are neuro-linguistic programming, mindfulness, hypnosis for those who are open to work with that tool, also behavioral understanding, e-disc, and also negotiation.
Ooh, there you go. Pretty crazy. And thank you for all your help in Queensland. I got to say, you are a powerhouse meetup leader, Anya.
Thank you very much, Ed. It's always nice to hear, I must admit. I'll take all the compliments I can get.
And just as an honourable mention as well, you're also on the side, you do ballroom dancing and stuff like that as an honourable mention. Is that correct?
It is correct. Yes. Thank you, Ed, because I believe in doing what you love and loving what you do, both in your professional life and your life outside of business. So yes, ballroom dancing is one of my passion, and in this passion, I certainly apply NLP hypnosis on myself as well. So all these tools come in very handy when it comes to competitions and performance.
Oh, no. Anya, we love you. And just before you go, we'll come back to you, by the way. Do you have any networking tips for us to get the most out of the Zoom experience?
Networking tips, I guess from my perspective, are quite simple, is connect with people that are on the call right here, right now, and with the purpose of connecting with them, getting to know them, sharing your insights, and genuinely being interested in what people do, what they offer. And because it's again, as Dr. Liz said, it's about getting to know someone, liking them, and trusting them. And Ed, also I want to give you a credit. You created some absolutely incredible community, close-knit community that's ever growing and open to new people to come along on board. And it's very nurturing and uplifting to be part of this community. I think you have done absolutely an outstanding job with Dr. Liz, Holly, and other meetup leaders in other states. So kudos to you for doing that, Ed.
Oh, thank you, Anya. I absolutely appreciate it. And also want to extend that shout out to wonderful Lassie, who works tirelessly behind the scenes. You won't ever see her, but I just want to say a big shout out to Lassie as well, because Lassie is what makes me dangerous. So Anya, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Ed, and Lassie.
Oh my God, that's all right. Give Anya a round of applause. Anya, we love your work. Now, we're going to move on to a very, very powerhouse lady who's incredible. And I always say that this amazing lady, she doesn't carry a weapon. She is the weapon, and she's dangerous. She knows who she is. She's won many competitions. She wins all the time. She loves helping people. It's a legendary Holly Smith. And Holly, we're so honored to have you with us. And how is your world? How's all the fitness training and bashing up guys that annoy you going?
Oh, it's going so well, Ed. Oh my gosh. No, I've been so busy this week. I think it was like in lockdown last week. It was like I kind of had like a mini holiday, but this week it's like I think at the start of the week I was talking to Adrian Lee and he's like, success is speed. And this week I've been like fire. So I've been running on adrenaline all week and I'm feeling great. Anyway.
You've been killing. I mean, in a very short space of time, you've gone from being, I suppose, a local Gold Coast PT to a global fitness superstar. What's that journey been like for you, Holly?
I guess I started like not knowing anything about, I guess, the online. Okay, let's just say 2 years ago, I had no idea about the online space and how powerful it can be, especially having a community of like-minded people is probably the key. I was actually going on a walk yesterday and I was like, I am so grateful for my LinkedIn networks, like in my community and the people in it. Like if I did not have these people right now, where would I be? And I think going from just like, obviously, like, you know, human interaction is really awesome and big going face-to-face PT. But there's just something about having an online community, even though it's online, but you're reaching so many different people, you're meeting so many different people, and it makes you realize how many like-minded people there are in this whole world that you have never met before and you know, can meet. So I don't know. I think it's just been so awesome and I'm just so blessed and happy.
Yeah, I mean, and you've been going crazy. You've been winning big. And I was going to ask you, Holly, I mean, as you know, you included, a lot of us across the world are in a lockdown. We're in week 7, I think, of the Sydney lockdown. Now, and I taking your advice. I've been doing 100 push-ups a day. Can I show off to you for a second, Holly?
Go for it, because I can't remember last time I did 100 push-ups.
Now, not as big as your biceps, but what do you think of that, Holly? Is that good?
I actually think they're getting bigger.
They are. My stomach's getting smaller. My biceps are getting bigger. That's meant to happen.
Life is winning.
No, but I just want to say, what are your health and fitness tips to those who are really impacted by lockdown? What do you say to those winners, Holly?
Good question. So obviously being in lockdown, like you can kind of feel a bit sorry for yourself. Like, you know, a lot of people use the gym, you know, as a getaway from your home, separate life balance, and for your mental health as well. Like a lot of people have been like messaging me, like, I didn't realize how much I missed the gym until we couldn't go. So anyway, I think maybe some tips that would help you is really separating your work environment from, I guess, your relationship like environment, or where you spend time with your family, or your personal life and your fitness area. Because right now there's a lot of people, and obviously if you live in a small apartment, you can't really help that. But if you can try your best to separate your work room, your exercise room, and then your family time in separate rooms, if you can. If you can't, then maybe separate areas. That's probably number one, because what happens is your brain starts like resonating with one area. Is, for example, if you work and if you're working out in that means you're going to end up hating exercise because you're in that work environment and you're exercising. And anyway, so that's just the way the brain, I see, works, and it's hard. Anyway, so that's one thing, separate it. So number 2 is schedule your days accordingly, so it's routine. So instead of going, I'm exhausted and tired, I've been sitting down like for 8 hours straight, actually make sure you're having proper lunch breaks. Go outside if you can. Go for a walk. If you can't, then obviously stay inside. But yeah, and then try and just use what you have and get a workout in 4 times a week. Why not start now while you maybe have more time, or maybe you don't have much time, but if you're not going out, do something else with your life and maybe start a fitness journey if you haven't started.
And of course, you can help people on that fitness journey, Holly.
Yes. Yeah. So if you need some home workouts or I've got heaps, just send me a DM and we'll have a little chat and I can give you some.
My pleasure. And Holly, thank you so much for your work on the Queensland meetup. It's an absolute honour to have you with us.
Thank you. I love being a part of it.
Oh, pleasure. Give a round of applause to Holly Smith. Holly, it's amazing. We're just going to reflect back to Tim Beanland for the moment. And Tim, what do you think of these amazing ladies? Aren't they just dangerous, Tim?
Yeah, incredibly dangerous. I mean, yeah, just looking at the stuff Holly has done and Dr. Liz on LinkedIn, yeah, super, super impressive. Even the videos that Holly's putting out, like it's not traditionally what you'd expect to see on LinkedIn, and that therefore it makes people stop scrolling. Like even, she's a PT, she's putting workout videos up on LinkedIn. A whole bunch of like crusty marketing people would be like, "Oh, don't do that. This is LinkedIn."
Yeah,
it's not for that. But that video gets people to stop, pay attention, then goes back and they look at the other stuff that she's doing, where she's putting helpful content, tips, advice, tricks. Yeah, it's a formula that's working for Holly really well. Same thing with Dr. Liz and everyone else. It's really impressive to see.
Just incredible. And Tim, it's so good having you with us. And let's give a round of applause to the ladies, round of applause to Tim. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bounce over to Dr. Liz shortly for her legendary presentation. So Dr. Liz is going to do a health presentation for us. And before we do that, though, I want to hand over to the audience for a minute. So we've got room to hear from probably about half. We've got quite a big crowd, so probably half a minute each, maybe a minute. But we'll hear from a few of you on the floor. So if you want to say hello to the room, now is your chance. Just put up your hand. I'm going to pick 3 people from the room to say a quick hello. So we've got Peter 1, Matthew 2, and Robert 3. We'll start with and Kate number 4. So we'll go with it. Start with them to kick it off. So Dr. Peter, up to a minute, please, just to keep things moving. Dr. Peter, over to you.
Thank you. Well, I think what you do is very good with all the health and stuff. What I do is I do the healthy, sustainable habits in business. So I'm Dr. Peter Ellis from your silent partner. I work in the art and science of business growth. I'm a recognised expert in resolving business growth pains and the frustration you get, which is one of the biggest problems that's around. And what I do is basically show people the 3 areas of business that they need to look after, not just the how to do sales and marketing, but the secrets that are hidden in plain sight. Essentially is what they are. And so what I do is I explain to people the 5 criteria, which makes a difference to being able to run a business, and it's the make or break of a stable or growing business. Then I show them the management of different sizes, which are the stages, and finally how to get your people to give the most, allow them to let go, and still be able to be in control of the business. My passion lies in showing you how to recognize the first, manage the second, understand the third, and I guarantee your KPIs will be increased. So I'm Dr. Peter Ellis from your silent partner, and I will not be silent on your behalf.
That's a spirit. Dr. Peter, round of applause to you. And it's an absolute pleasure. I want to bounce over to the handsome bald man like me, Matthew Mason. We'll keep it under a minute. Matthew Mason, over to you, my friend.
Hey, thanks, Edward. Yeah, Matthew Mason. So, first time joining. So I'm the founder of Superb Learning. We're a digital learning agency. We work with coaches and consultants to unpack their IP, turn it into a signature solution that we can then turn into digital learning products that allows them to scale their business and their knowledge.
Oh, well, short and sweet, Matthew. And I've got to say, we really appreciate you. A round of applause to you, Matthew, and love your work. Let's bounce over to the amazing Robert Hawkins. Robert Hawkins, up to 1 minute, my friend, all yours.
Hey, guys, we all don't have to be bald to speak today, okay? So just understand that. Guys, Robert Hawkins, I'm the COO for Zenzino Asia Pacific. What I do predominantly, okay, is I hold the omega-3 industry accountable for the inferior products they sell on a daily basis through our Zenzino balance test. What I do is give people a result or a testing result so they can see a beginning point of their red blood cell cycle to 120 days later where they get another result and they can see the difference by consuming the incredible Zenzino balanced oil. Just tap onto our LinkedIn page and you'll see all of our social media. We're here to support a lot of people. And again, we thank everybody that's been supporting us, especially through Ed's Connections. Thank you so much, Ed.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Round of applause to Robert. And please excuse baby Andrew. He broke into the room and he's running around. So let's bounce over to Anne Thornley Brown from Canada. Anne, a minute over to you. Anne, can you hear us? And go for it.
I can hear you. How are you doing? So it's the middle of the night here. That's why I'm not putting my camera on, but I'm pleased to join you, the only one without an Australian accent. And what I do is I design and facilitate executive retreats and team building. I help corporate teams work and collaborate together to improve the bottom line. And because of COVID, what I'm offering now is virtual team building. And that's it, short and sweet.
Very cool. Anne Thornley, can you share your LinkedIn link? And we love your work, and keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Love your work. And Anne's also an actress that's been on television as well. So make sure you connect with Anne. Amazing.
Yes, yes.
There we go. Let's bounce over to Mai Chang. Mai Chang, a minute to you. And Mai Chang's also our Sydney meetup leader. So Mai Chang, a minute over you and the floor is yours. Unfortunately, the kids broke into the lab.
Hello, everybody. It's so wonderful to see all you smiling faces. I think the rest of Sydney has gone up to Brisbane, and I wish we could hang out more with you guys. So I'm in brand and marketing. I love this whole thing about the harmony between a business and a personal brand and how you keep on increasing your brand presence in the channels that you want to market, and very passionate about the implementation of it. So I love to see you guys, if you can, to come to my book launch, which is next Friday, where I will be presenting my book on Unleash the Voice in Your Brand. Thank you.
Oh my God. Next Friday, 2:30. I'm the MC for that. So May, please share the link. Round of applause to you, May. Let's bounce over to the extremely dangerous, the only woman who's died more than me. I've died once. She's died 3 times. We love her. Nicole Yates, what have you got for us, Nicole? We love your work.
Hey, Ed, thank you. Yes, life is great here in Brisbane, and I'm a brain health educator. I'm very passionate about brain health, having gone from a prognosis of expect death or life in a vegetative state through to where I am today. So I help people to maintain their brain health, and a couple of strategies I have up my sleeve. One is my Rethink Memory Management app, which helps people to keep on track, keep their memory in line and organised. And the second thing is the Zenzino Balance Oil. So if you're taking an omega-3 like I was, and I had the balance test, as Robert just spoke about, and found out that I was 98% out of balance despite taking this expensive omega-3. So now I'm on this, life is better. Memory is better, concentration is better, my energy is better. I love it. So if you want to find out if your omega-3 is working for you, give me a call.
Oh my God. And you're looking dangerous as usual, Nicole. Absolutely love it.
Thank you, Ed.
There we go. Round of applause to you, Nicole. We're going to bounce over to Kate Hall-Lacey and then Tanya Tran. If you want to speak, put up your hand as well. Kate Hall-Lacey, long time no see. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, Ed. It's so good to see you. And it's really nice to see everyone from our LinkedIn group here as well. Awesome to be here. So, guys, what I do is I help non-salespeople who have to sell, generally people who are really passionate about what they do, like they've got something really amazing to share with the world, but they spend too much time like reaching out to people just to have them walk away again without buying. So I help them with really super simple strategies that they can implement, get a really nice sales process that they can get behind that's fully integrity based so that more people can say yes to them. They can work with more of those clients they want to work with, make more money and affect the lives of more people.
Oh, Kate, and you're just killing it. And you live on the beach, don't you, Kate?
I've actually just moved to my dream home in Sylvania. I'll show you the view. Can you see that?
Oh my God, that is beautiful. There you go.
Yeah. So this is my spot. This is I mean, I've got an office as well where I work from as well, which is just up here. But this is where I sit and just do stuff when I'm not in sessions. And it's just gorgeous looking out over here. I'm so blessed. So lucky.
There you go. Power to you, Kate. You've worked hard for it. You deserve a round of applause to Kate. We love your work, Kate.
See you guys. Love you lots. Bye.
Okay. Oh my God, Tanya Tran is here. Tanya Tran's going to go next. I'm a huge fan of Tanya Tran. Tanya, what have you got for us, my friend? Tell us everything, Tanya. No, Tanya? The aliens are hacking into Tanya's connection. Tanya, can you hear me all right? No, the communist agents must have got Tanya. We'll get back to you later, Tanya. Mel Jensen, over to you, my friend. What have you got for us, Mel Jensen? 1 minute.
Yeah, g'day, everybody. I've got two things today. One, I'm excited to say that I've completed my 11th novel. So I'm very, very happy about that. And number two, I'm looking for people to be guests on Melissa's Casual Chats. So if anybody's interested, please hit me up. Because I've got nobody right now to talk to. So hit me up and we'll organise a time to do it via Zoom to go onto YouTube. So thanks, guys.
Mel, I just can't believe it that no one wants to talk to you. I think that is a national disgrace on every level. Do you think that's a national disgrace, Mel?
Not really, because I've had people that that wanted to come in for it. But then for certain things, because they're in the UK or the US, they've had to sort of push it back. So that's the reason why I'm stuck right now. So, if anybody wants to join in, yeah, just hit me up and we'll organise it. I'm free all next week. Because of lockdown.
There you go. Aren't we all? Mel, we love your work. Everyone, hit up Mel to go on a show. Round of applause to you, Mel. And, oh, my God, we've got Annie Gibbons. Annie, great seeing you, and how is life?
Hello, Ed, and hello, everyone. It's been a long time me getting to these Zooms because life's just been overflowing with abundance in COVID. So I know it is a mega challenge for many, but it has certainly been prolific for my family and my world. I'm a global women's empowerment coach, and I basically coach women to go from where they are to where they dream to be. And I do that through my online coaching programs, which have grown from 3 to now 9. And I help people be more, achieve more, and earn more in their own way and measure success on their own terms. And I think that's super important for women globally. And I've also got a podcast called Memoirs of Successful Women. So any of you who are doing awesome things, which I know you all must be doing, hit me up and I'll see if I can get you on my show real soon.
Oh my God, it's a pleasure. And before you go, Annie, can I ask you, what was the biggest lesson you learned in 2020? What was your big standout lesson?
My biggest standout lesson was to actually just seize the opportunity that when you get change, which was COVID, to rather than go, oh no, this isn't good, because my face-to-face business was building and I was so excited about that, to actually take that big step and go, no, just immerse yourself, learn, grow. And it's been amazingly exponential to my business.
Oh my God. Can we give Annie a round of applause? Annie, thank you so much and bless your amazing heart. Now, just a quick one, my friends, just to let you know our next meetup time. Our next Queensland meetup is on Friday, the 10th of September. So Friday, 2:30 p.m. on the 10th of September is our next face-to-face Queensland meetup. Now, I have a feeling it may be a Zoom. To be honest, it'll either be face-to-face or a Zoom. It's 50-50. I don't know. But if you can, click that link right now and book on in. So if it is a face-to-face, we'll see you there. If it's a Zoom, we'll see you. I have a feeling it'll end up being a Zoom. I just kind of know how these things go down. But please just book in right now just so we've got you in the system, which is all very important. So click in there. And I just want to bounce back to the mysterious commander, Dr. Liz, for a moment. Dr. Liz, what do you think so far? How do you think this wonderful online experience is going, Dr. Liz?
I like it. I love meeting in person to get the energy. But I have to say, one, I didn't have to drive up that beautiful M1 highway to see everyone. And two, I love the new faces. I love that people have connected with LinkedIn, but I've never actually been on a session with them before here. I love that we've got a couple of internationals. So yeah, I like it. I think it's working. And I hats off to you for your amazing MC facilitation skills. I was a little bit curious to see how it was going to work with so many people on board, but yeah, it's kind of fun. What do you reckon? How do you think it's going?
I think it's great because you're all here. And we're going to get back to you in a moment, Dr. Liz, to hear your presentation. So get it ready, Dr. Liz. We're going to bounce back to you. So I want to ask Anya a quick question because Anya's a woman in the know. Anya, can I ask you a quick question?
So bad. Fire away.
What was the biggest lesson you learned about personal transformation in 2020?
Well, personal transformation 2020. Well, personal transformation takes work. That's, I guess, the biggest lesson that I learned, and it's certainly worth doing that. It may not be an overnight process. Often it is not. It is constant work, and yet it's worth it because ultimately the changes that you make within yourself, the way you see things, the way you react to things, the way you feel about things, that projects onto the environment and relationships and interactions that we have with other people. So it's certainly worth it, but it's also about, of course, it may be easy to say transformation, but how to do it. And this is what coaching provides structure, how to do it consistently, sustainably, so a person can achieve result. It may not be a magic overnight thing, yet it certainly works if the person is ready to put the work into it.
Oh my God, well said. Can we give Anya a round of applause? That's incredible. Now, just to let you know, we're having a Dr. Liz power break, going for about 5 minutes of just non-stop Dr. Liz action. You can share the screen if you want to go there. Now, what I encourage you to do is several things during Dr. Liz. While Dr. Liz is speaking, engages in a presentation, ask questions, and also uses the chat to network as well. So make sure you're listening to Dr. Liz and also use a chance to connect with people on LinkedIn, share your links and more. So I don't know about you, but Dr. Liz, are you ready to hit us with 5 minutes of non-stop nuclear health action?
I absolutely am up for that challenge. How are we? Can you see the screen?
Now, just to kick off, Dr. Liz, can we all give her a round of applause? Dr. Liz, yes, Dr. Liz. The floor is yours. Go for it, Dr. Liz.
Thank you. So checking that you can all see my lovely new PowerPoint slide. And as I go through, I want to do a huge shout out to the amazing Naomi, who's part of this community, who has just helped me do all my branding, etc. So thank you, Naomi. I also want to do a shout out to the amazing Tim, because he basically came up with the title, which is good, and I'm going to pinch it. So basically the importance of why healthy business owners are effective business owners. So let's get through a couple of little quick tips and strategies. So the gut map is something that I've developed, and if you're interested in that, you can, I'll put a free link in the, a link in the chat actually, which is just for free download. But this is just a fun little colourful infographic that I came up with, which is based on science, hundreds of scientific papers. But you're very happy to know that you don't need to read all that stuff, because I have, and I've put it in a fun little way for people to just stick on the fridge as a little bit of a daily reminder. So let's start off with a couple of fun facts. Well, I think they're fun. You can let me know whether you think so or not. However, did you know that for every human cell we have between 1 and 10 bacterial cells? So when we hear about all these conspiracy theories and everything else, you know, there's nothing more science fiction than us. We could argue that we are actually more bacteria than human. Are we running the show? Are the bacteria running the show? So, interesting fact, we are actually more bacteria, at least the same, if not more bacteria than we are human. And that is why you've probably heard all about the gut microbiome and good gut bacteria is super important, because they do communicate with the brain. And we've known for a long time that what we think about influences our gut. And you just think about it, if Ed would have been mean and would have unmuted someone and put them on the spot to chat, unless they're really used to public speaking, they might sort of freeze and get a bit of a shock. And that can actually make them feel a bit nervous in the stomach. You might get little butterflies. You may even need to race off to go to the toilet. And that is a clear example of our thoughts influencing our gut. But what's newer knowledge and really fascinating and a bit scary when you delve into it, but it's our bacteria, gut bacteria, and it's actually the chemicals they make can actually send signals and communicate with our brain, including things like our mood, our energy, how well we sleep, and even food cravings. And in fact, there's been a couple of really interesting studies that have shown that different types of bacteria in our gut lead to different types of food cravings. So one really likes fat and will encourage us to eat high-fat foods, and a different type actually likes sugar and wants us to have sugar cravings. So if you're one of these people that do get cravings, then looking into your gut health as an overall strategy is probably key. So a couple of key things before I wrap up, because although I think it's absolutely fascinating, I know that not everyone else wants to know and read all the scientific papers. But with the gut map, as I shared before, I talk about the 3 M's of health. And so I talk about the mindset, which I know there's several people within this group are very big on, very positive, and absolutely is key. And in fact, we know that the simple act of smiling will stimulate our immune system. So if nothing else, smiling and having a positive mindset will actually help to strengthen our immune system. So a little tip there. Menu, of course, nutrition. That's what I am completely passionate about. There are so many things with nutrition that we can do to improve our gut health as a key strategy for strengthening our immune health. A lot of people don't know, but 70% of our immune tissue is actually located within the gut. 70%, and they're like little space invaders which roam across the body and actually neutralize all the nasties. So it's really important that we look after our gut as a key strategy for strengthening our immune health. So a few people mentioned xeno and fish oil. Absolutely, good fats, the omega-3 fatty acids that are found in those products and in algae are very, very good for our gut health, our immune health, and our brain health. There's other things, probiotics, prebiotics, and I can literally talk on this for days. So if anyone has any specific queries, feel free to reach out. And finally, I'll end on movement, the area of Holly and Adrian and Son and other amazing personal trainers that we have within our community. But really, really important that we move to help elevate our mood, keep everything pumping nicely. And did you know that regular exercise is as effective as a lot of different sort of anti-anxiety and antidepressants for those who have mild to moderate anxiety and depression? So there's a lot we can do. So mindset, menu and movement, important for all of us to be happy and effective business owners. So as everyone hopefully has realized, I'm very passionate about helping to keep people happy and healthy through the healing power of nutrition. And I do have an Amazon best-selling book, and anyone who wants the free download or any other information, please just reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to have a chat, and I love helping to keep the world healthy. And as I said, big plug to Tim for the title. Amazing plug to Naomi for all her beautiful. So I hope everyone agrees and likes all my new graphics, because big thumbs up to Naomi for her brilliant work. So thank you.
Oh my God, that was incredible. Can we give Dr. Liz a round of applause? Now, I've got a question for you, Dr. Liz, if I can ask you.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I am highly addicted to chocolate. Why do you think that is?
I think there's a few things in terms of that. Now let's go a little bit deeper. What type of chocolate?
Definitely dark chocolate.
Yeah, okay.
I just need that hit of cocoa just to keep me going.
Yeah. Is it above the 70% or so, do you think?
Oh, yeah. I need like the full on. Usually 50% is okay, 70% now you're talking.
Well, and now I'm talking too, because that's great. So some of the chemical components within the chocolate do actually mimic our natural neurotransmitters that help elevate mood. So it actually does help to improve mood. So there you go. There's some other compounds in there which are good for lowering blood pressure. So the tricky thing, so the dark stuff, of course, has the good stuff. The problem is the lower you go in terms of cocoa, the less of the good stuff and the more of the fat and sugar you have. So small amount of the good stuff. So with chocolate, quantity, let's get this right. Let me reverse. For chocolate, quality is more important and takes precedence over quantity. So a little amount of the really good stuff and make sure it's dark and you're good to go.
Great one. And also, too, we've got a question from Winnie Japar. Thank you, Winnie. And I've got the same problem too, by the way. How to eliminate the coffee addiction? What are your thoughts on caffeine addiction and how do you eliminate it, Dr. Liz?
Oh, caffeine's a fascinating one. Very quickly, in small amounts, generally up to about 3 or so cups of coffee a day, it is actually a mental and physical stimulant. So it's actually, for most people, is okay. The problem is the more you have, that's when the negative effects start outweighing the good effects. So it does purely depend on how much you're having. On saying that, some people are very sensitive to caffeine, and I'd be interested if anyone's on here, they know they often can't drink coffee at all, or they can only limit it to 1 cup or so. They get very jittery, and it's actually to do with how they metabolize caffeine, which is really interesting. But for those on the other end of the spectrum, look, your body adjusts pretty quickly, and the problem with it being a stimulant is it actually stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. So you're in your fight or flight mode where, you're ready for an attack or you're ready to run away. And if the body lives in that mode for too long, then the stress and all the negative effects of that build up. So ideally, 3 or less cups of coffee a day, plenty of water in between. Think about our mindset menu and movement. And I have a great list of low or non-caffeinated alternatives, because often it's why you have the coffee. It's often just because you want something hot or, break up the monotony or have a little break or something. So there's some good options. It doesn't always have to be coffee.
Brilliant. And also, too, a question from Kate Hall-Lacey. Is drinking cocoa good, Dr. Liz?
It can be, but once again, it's got to be the good stuff, and it depends what you add with it. It's always the way, isn't it? But if you have stuff and don't have too much sugar or fat with it, then it once again can be very good. It can help you relax and go to sleep. And I would just once again focus on the good product. And the same thing with like cacao, which you can get and add to smoothies and things like that. You're getting the good benefits of the dark chocolate without all the fat and sugar of actually having the chocolate. So experiment, try different things, get a bit creative. It's all good. Yeah.
My God, Dr. Liz, we appreciate it. Everyone, can we give Dr. Liz a round of applause? Dr. Liz, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to hang on for as long as I can. If you see me duck off, it's just because the kids have suddenly told me a few things that they're expecting me to do, which wasn't negotiated this morning. So I might be on taxi service for a little bit, but I will be tuning in and linking in where I can. And really, really, I love to see everyone online. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Liz. Round of applause to you, Dr. Liz. And there's a few more questions as well. So if you can respond to them, that'll be awesome too, Dr. Liz. Big thank you. No, it's a pleasure. In fact, I just want to bounce over to Holly Smith for a second. I just want to ask Holly a quick question. Holly, I was just thinking, right? You know, what's it like if you're addicted to sugar, as Dr. Liz was saying? What kind of fitness routine or do you recommend to get someone out of sugar or caffeine addiction? What are your thoughts on that one, Holly?
Well, I have to say there's definitely no exercise that will get rid of a sugar craving or anything, like specific exercise. But I think obviously nutrition and your habits are number one, which Dr. Liz can help you with. But I find if you set your day up with looking after yourself first and exercising, getting your blood pumping, heart rate up, getting those happy endorphins, up and running before you actually start your day, like first thing in the morning, then you're kind of holding yourself accountable to eat well for the rest of the day, number one. Number two, I find if I do cardio in the morning, I have less cravings. But if you crave something in the afternoon, it's probably because you're lacking energy, right? So maybe you've got to, again, check with Dr. Liz with your diet. You've got to actually have a healthy level of protein and fats throughout the day so you don't get that crash in the afternoon, because there's a real reason you get that crash, not just because you're tired, but because maybe you're not fueling yourself properly. But if you do get, I guess another thing is, if you do crave sugar and you are getting a bit tired during the day, go for a walk. Drink a cup of water and go for a walk, get out the house. That's probably the best thing you can do.
Oh, great tip, Holly. Love your work. Round of applause to you, Holly. And I want to ask Anya a quick question, and then, of course, Tim Beanland. Anya, can I ask you a quick question?
Absolutely.
Now, from a mindset point of view, how do you break the cycle of addiction?
Well, it depends what the addiction is.
Sugar addiction. You're hooked to sugar and caffeine, as Dr. Liz was talking about. You're someone like Edward here.
Yes, there are some. It depends. Okay, if there is a specific food or a drink, sugary drink, that it's possible to do a quick transformation with NLP tool, and I'm sure Maria, who is on the call, is also aware of that. So that could be a quick transformation. If it's something specific like food or drink that the person wants to start to consume, and of course it depends whether the person really wants to start to consume it or they want to hang on to it. But also in terms of mindset, sometimes, when we have cravings for something sweet, or when we go through some emotional turmoil time and we start eating more, trying to cope with our emotions. And yes, there could be ways to deal with that. And I guess some things could help that, such as NLP or hypnosis, to overcome these types of addictions. So yes, there are different roads that lead to the top of the mountain.
Oh, Anya, well said. Round of applause to you, Anya, and love your work. I want to bounce over to the wonderful Tim Beanland. I've got to say, Tim, isn't Dr. Liz amazing? And don't you love the contributions from Anya and Holly?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for that presentation. I thought it was a good way to break up the session and super valuable information.
Now, Tim, you and I have spoken a lot off camera about our own personal health. We've put on weight, we've lost weight, we've both struggled with lockdown in our own unique ways. What are some of your lessons about dealing with lockdown and breaking addictions and staying healthy? What are some of the things that you've learned that we've spoken about off camera?
Yeah, sure thing. I'm super open about this on my podcast and LinkedIn in general. So I've been diagnosed with bipolar 2 4 or 5 years ago. All that means is I'll go through periods of depression and elevated moods. And look, last year I didn't deal with lockdown very well. I found myself in 9 months of being depressed, and that was because I didn't deal with the lockdown in a best possible way. And the awesome thing about that was the learning lessons from it. So it's actually a good thing. because it's meant this year I've been able to go completely, unaffected by anything, just by following some really good things like routine, exercise, diet, and waking up every day doing something I enjoy and am passionate about. It's incredible. Everyone on this call is doing something because you're a business owner, you're a founder, you really enjoy it. And that's something really fortunate that we all have in common. And yeah, so it's a combination of all those things. That's how I've got through lockdown, by just going for a walk every day, improving diet, reaching back out to people, doing calls like this, and doing work that I enjoy doing. So yeah, those are some tips I would have.
Oh, powerful, raw and real. Can we give Tim a round of applause? Tim, we love your work. Now, I just want to say a big thank you. Just want to open up to the floor. If you'd love to say hello, up to 1 minute, put your hand up, hit the hand up button, and whoever's in first, best served. So hit the hand up buttons. Why isn't it showing? Let's go. Oh, I've got to scroll. Topical and Zoom. All right, Tanya Tran, take 2. Tanya Tran, over to you, my friend. Hope you can hear me all right.
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry about before, I was driving and somehow my connection just got all lost. So I'm now parked. I can talk. Sorry about my camera. I'm actually in the middle of car park with the school. So just for privacy's sake, I just turn off my camera.
That's cool.
Okay, 1 minute. I'm actually a buyer consultant here in Brisbane. I actually help people purchasing home, sourcing their dream house. I have been doing this for quite a number of years, and recently just run my own company with I have around 5 team members on board with me, helping everyone's across in Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and I'm looking for someone in Sunshine Coast at the moment as well to join my team. So yes, so I'm the opposite fans to the real estate agents. I'm a buyer's advocate, helping people to buy the house at the right market value. Hope that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Tanya, you're in the zone and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. Round of applause to Tanya. We love your work. We've got the amazing Karen Lee. Karen Lee, the floor is yours, my friend. How are you? What's going on?
Hi everyone, I'm great. Lockdown Melbourne, as we've been there, done it many times, and it's lovely to see everyone here. So I've been spending time getting some new gadgets in my house, and I'm doing some unboxing and how-to gadgets. But mainly what I focus on is live video and helping people to get vibrancy across in their videos. And what Tim said and what Dr. Lee said, it's so important. You've got to love what you do. You've got to really look after your gut, your health, your energy when you wake up in the morning. To love what you're going to go off and do is so vitally important. And remembering to smile. And if you don't feel like laughing, laugh anyway. And if anyone wants to connect or come and watch me on Kaz's Corner to find something to help you feel fabulous, getting dressed in sparkles every day helps lift your mood. So you just got to remember, and if you share a smile, someone else will smile back, and it makes you feel damn good. It's something as simple as that. Oh, and get some sleep too, guys.
Well said, Karen. Round of applause to you, Karen, and love your work. We've got the amazing Jason. Jason, great having you with us. And how are you, my friend? Please unmute, say hello. What's going on?
Hi, guys. Nice to meet you all. My name is Jason Mcgregor. I'm a financial advisor and I'm now on the Gold Coast. I recently escaped Melbourne in May because I wanted to get away from all the lockdowns, and now I'm living on the sunny Gold Coast, and I haven't worn shoes since I arrived, so I'm loving it. I'm a financial advisor. I specialise in working with professionals, mostly medical professionals, but anyone who is a professional in the field, and help them make smart decisions with their money, get their super and insurance is all sorted. That's what I do.
Oh, incredible. And you're a very popular man. I got to say, you have got some very happy clients out there, Jason.
Oh, they're all very happy. They're all happy until while the markets are going up.
No, that's fine. I'm sure when the market's going up or down, you take good care of them also.
Absolutely, Jason. Absolutely. Give them that reassurance. That's what they need to know. Direction, support, and reassurance.
Jason, we appreciate you. Round of applause to you, Jason, and keep up the greatness. And Jason as well, please share your LinkedIn link so people can connect with you.
Sure, will do.
Thank you. Pleasure. And we've got the amazing Annie Burke, and we're going to go to Annie Burke. Then we're going to take some photos afterwards. So don't go anywhere. Get ready to take a photo. Turn on your webcam. But in the meantime, we've got Annie Burke on the line. How are you, Annie, and what's going on?
Hi, Edward. Thank you. I must say it's fabulous seeing so many faces of people I've already connected with, but now I get to see what they really look like. So that's lovely. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Tim Beanland, because on Sunday we launched my first podcast series, What Animals Tell Me. And so it's just been so exciting getting feedback from people who have listened to the episodes and supporting what we're doing. And that's all through meeting Tim through this network. So it's just fabulous. So thank you. For those who haven't met me or looked at my profile, I'm actually an animal communicator and an animal medium. So I have conversations with animals who are living or in spirit. And so I support animal parents better understand their animals with health or behaviour issues. And for bereaved animal parents, I can connect with their animal's soul and help with the grief process through passing on messages and finding out what happened. So also an author, but now a new podcast host. Thank you.
Oh, wow, Annie. And have you got a link to your podcast or anything you can share with us?
I don't have a link. It's on multiple platforms, including Spotify. So What Animals Tell Me.
Okay, so if people type in What Animals Tell Me or Annie Burke, they should discover you.
Yes, either way.
Oh, my God, beautiful. Annie, round of applause to you, Annie,
Thank
and
you.
love your work. Now, I was just going to say, I forgot to do this earlier, and shame on me. Let's grab a quick photo if you haven't already. So if you haven't already, please turn on your webcam. And the way to do a photo is lean in a little bit, right? And look on lens and do a cool pose. So we've only got one screen because I probably should have done this half an hour ago, but I didn't. So my bad. So yep, got it all on. We've got handsome Jude there. We've got sexy Jude. We always need a hot guy on the line here. We've got Jude to do that. So look in the lens. Now hold the pose while I take a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Hold the pose. My God, we are sexy. Give yourself a round of applause, because I've got to say, people from Brisbane and Queensland are very attractive. That's the first thing I know. So I'm just going to say very quickly as well, I know we're a bit over time. We've got a few minutes, who cares? If anyone hasn't spoken yet and you want to speak, please put up your hand right now. This is your opportunity. So if you haven't spoken and you want to speak, please put up your hand right now, because this is your opportunity. But you can put it up if I can see it, or hit the hand up button. So if you want to speak, if you haven't spoken, now is your chance. No one wants to speak to me. Well, there you go. That's just crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up with closing thoughts. So what I do is, based on whatever's going through Edward's ear's mind at the time, I always like to pick on someone for a closing thought. And everyone knows I'm going to pick on Maria Van Vuklis. I'm a huge Maria fan, and I just love her closing thoughts. And I just see her there. Maria's been strangely quiet today, which is very un-Maria. So I thought I'm going to pick on you for the closing thought. How are you, Maria?
Hi, Ed. How you going? I'm good. I couldn't get the hands up button working, so that's probably why.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, Maria, you know I love your closing thoughts. Can you please all give us a great closing thought just to keep us all growing over the coming weeks ahead?
Yeah, just to focus on what's positive that's happening in your life at the moment to be able to keep you motivated and moving forward, whether that be in your business or your personal life. And always surround yourself with the right people to be able to support you in your network, such as this kind of environment. That's actually a perfect example of that.
Oh, my God. Well said. Can we give a round of applause to Maria? And a round of applause to yourself. Now, that brings us to the end of this wonderful network event. Thank you for being with us. Now, just to let you know, I'll be sharing the recording of this online, so stay tuned. But I just want to say a big thank you. Please unmute. Give the person next to you a round of applause, and love your work, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.